So the last one, though,
I don't think he can do anything about it.
the last one might have something he can do about it because he's also been really bad.
Believe.
And he might be time for him to walk on out that door. It's Taijuan Walker time, guys.
There goes that man, the bank robber.
In the chat, you guys have already been sharing your comments on what you think Taijuan Walker's grade should be. But let's actually break it down. Before we go jumping right into the deep end, giving him an F, let's take a moment to look at his stats and
Do
numbers.
we have to?
Maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought, right?
No, it's
Maybe?
worse.
Question mark. 19 games for Taijuan Walker this season, was 3-7 on the season with 7.10. That's like a phone number. 7.10 ERA with a negative 1.6 WAR. Pitched 83 2/3 innings with 58 strikeouts, a 1.721 WHIP, and was the least valuable player according to the WAR stat, which we all love so much when it works. With that negative 1.6 WAR. Taijuan Walker was abysmal.
That's being kind.
He was not good. He was, unfortunately, compared to last season, he somehow managed to find a way to be worse. And when you look at last year where he was the first guy to, 15 wins. He pitched 31 total games. He still was not great last season either, but at least was able to be an innings eater with a 4.38 ERA. I actually would take a 4.38 ERA compared to a 7.10 ERA. So as much as we were complaining last year because Taijuan Walker was just an innings eater, wasn't a strikeout guy, had 1.9 Ks per walk last season, had 1.6 Ks per walk this season. He actually regressed, and part of it was he had a couple IL stints, which, real or fake, he was on it. The blister, he was on it, we know. Taijuan Walker was not even an innings eater. And this season, with how the Phillies' number 5 starter was so bad and had like an 11 ERA or something ridiculous across 5 different guys that rotated in, if Taijuan Walker could have at least been Mr. Innings Eater, again, I will take that 4.38 ERA, and I would have taken him being able to at least just kind of drag you through that number 5 starter. But unfortunately for Taijuan Walker, he couldn't even do that. So he's got no value of this team right now. Water boy, maybe?
So what's
Bat
your grade?
boy? Listen, I've been getting a little nice lately, but I have to give Taijuan Walker an F. If an F minus or a 0 is possible, I would do it. He was absolutely horrible. And I almost felt bad after a while, not because he's getting paid so well to be bad. I felt bad because it's like, stop putting this man out there. Like, we know what we're going to get from Taijuan Walker.
But you didn't have
any
else.
options. Yes, you did. Put a cone out there. Put this water bottle out there. You might get more. Taijuan Walker was so bad. And they kept having to go to him. And then they tried to have him in a bullpen role, which was just as bad. I mean, the best was he went 3 innings in 1 bullpen role. Like, yay, he made it through 3. You got nothing from him at all. And it was painful to watch. It was torture. I'm giving him an F for the fact that I didn't want to see him out there, and I don't want to see him out there again, and they're going to have him work out this offseason.
You're going to see him in spring training.
He's going to be back. But
I think it was Mopar said, I will walk away from the Philadelphia Phillies franchise if Walker is back here. I hate to break it to you. He's at least going to be in spring training. Does he make the team? Probably not. But they're going to give him that opportunity in spring training because they still owe this man like what, $38 million. Now my grade is an F, and Ray Schumacher said is an F minus possible. To me, once you fail, it's over. So there is no F minus. It's just you failed. There's no worse.
0.
Yeah, like that's just an F all around. A 1.7 whip is just hard to comprehend. You're not going to survive in Major League Baseball when you're putting that many men on base. Tyler Zulli documented it all year with his splitter. When the Phillies signed him at the time, the splitter was a top 5 pitch in baseball in terms of its effectiveness. Now it was the 2nd worst pitch in baseball this past year. The worst F4 amongst all pitchers in baseball. Basically what we're saying is it's tough to be worse than Taijuan Walker. I don't know how any grade can be anything but an F here. It's horrible. He gave up 40 less hits and nearly 80 less innings. Ooh. Like, just truly vile, terrible stuff. They're going to give him an opportunity in spring training. Andrew Painter, that discussion on how they handle him and his innings load next year will be interesting. Taijuan will be given the chance, but I would imagine they take a couple more opportunities to sign, like those Spencer Turnbull types, veteran journeymen who have stuff and haven't really put it all together to challenge Walker for that. Because I think the fifth starter is probably just going to have to be a half an inning pill you have to swallow.
Oof.
Because Andrew Painter will be up here at some point. We're all kind of guessing around 100 inning cap on him. So you probably just need to get yourself through to the All-Star break. Hopefully it's not with Taijuan Walker, though. I'm ready to spend John Middleton's $38 million and just say, here you go. See you later. We wish you the worst.
Yeah, my biggest concern is Taijuan Walker actually got worse as the season went on.
Much worse.
Which is, like, again, I don't even know how that was possible. Now, he only played one game in the month of April, and in that game had he gave up 6 runs on 8 hits and had an 8.53 ERA for that month. Here's May. 4.78 ERA. We thought May was bad. How about June? 5.75 ERA. If you thought June was bad, how about August? Again, was on the IL in July. August comes back, a 9.17 ERA. Oh, no, it does get worse. September, a 10.38 ERA. And in the last 15 days, in the 2 games that he played of this to close out the season, guys, a 1980. 19.80 ERA. This is a year. People were born in 1980 that are watching the show. His ERA was the same. What? How do you even have...
I'm not going to make any 1980 comments, Renee. I feel attacked.
That's not the point of it. It wasn't an attack. It was more of like,
well, I'm sitting right
ERA
here.
was a birth year.
Yeah. And
like a whole birth year.
It hit close to home to me because it's very close to my birth year. Coming at my neck here.
Well, nobody was born in 1038, so I can't, I mean, people were, but not here.
Well, there is no 38th day of October.
No, I meant the year.
Oh, the year back then?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. I don't even think they had baseball back then. I'll have to double check that one with a real baseball guy, right?
1980. How? So bad. So, yes, it's an F for Taijuan Walker. And that'll do it for our grades for today. We've got more grades coming up. Hopefully they won't be as bad.
I think that's the only
one.
F I'll give out.
Does
anybody I don't think
anybody's
like
that,
he's an obvious F, right? Like I don't think anybody's like, no, give him a D.
Yeah.
He was actually
he might even a D
minus.
minus.
Like there wasn't one redeeming thing about Taijuan Walker's season, so I think he's a universal F. I don't think there's anybody
universal F.
I don't think anybody else is even close on the roster, unless but like even Garrett Stubbs has attributes that he brings to the table.
We gave him like a C minus.
Yeah, people like him. He keeps the staff
at least with the DJ guy. Maybe he's got to start talking to Garrett Stubbs. Yeah. Garrett Stubbs has found a way to make himself useful. Maybe he needs a CVO junior executive that can help, and maybe that could be Taijuan Walker. All that money to be a DJ.
We all silly like the mayor.